right, good job, girls. We can start getting our corner officials in place. We got staging ready, heading down to the finish line. We're going to start off with our balance bikes like always. Also, tomorrow we are doing money opens, cash only. It's a race for everybody. If you want to join in, opens, we're doing 8 and under, 9 to 12, 13 and over. That'll be $10 per entry. And those will run at the beginning of each round. All right, guys, we are getting ready for our balance bikes, getting our balance bikes out. And they are getting some special awards tonight. Typically, we give them some little trophies, but we've got some leftover awards from state weekends past. Some of them are from this weekend too. So they match the big license plate awards. All right, and we are going to get them. So usually on balance bikes, we don't really care about where they are in the gate and what their finish order is. But tonight, since we've got some placed awards, we are going to make sure that your riders are in the correct gate, and we are going to try to get them in their order here at the finish line. Oh, there's no. Yep. And we can't combine the gates or anything. I also did not get a pin. Insert extra pin in the box.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, guys, we are off on our first Moto 1 balance bikes 5 and over. Journey Howell, Addie Smilanich, and Harper Duncan. Guys, let's cheer our balance bikers on around their way around. Blue Springs BMX is going to get a big special award tonight. Addie Smilanich sitting out front. All right, coming across with the 1 is Addie Smiling Itch. Got Harper Duncan sitting in the 2 spot. Journey Howell on the 3. Let's cheer him on around, guys.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Coming across with that 2nd place is going to be Harper Duncan on the 2. Journey Howell's going to finish it out, going to get the 3 overall in that moto number 1. Moto number 2, coming out of the gate, our 3-year-old balance bikes on track with Ryan Grubb, Remy Northup, Weston Belzeski, and JoJo Wolf. All right, guys, we got our riders, our 3-year-old balance bikes, Ryan Grubb, Remy Northup, Weston Belzeski, and JoJo Wolf.
Attention.
They are racing for awards tonight. The positions matter.
Random start.
They're all still getting awards, but we got some 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. All right. You're almost there. Come on, Journey. All right, Journey's going to cross the line, picking up the 3rd. All right, who's this one up front? Remy Northup going to get the 1. JoJo Wolf on the 2. Looking like we got Weston Belzeski going to get the 3. And that is going to be Ryan Grubb taking home the 4 tonight in 3-year-old balance bikes. Moto number 3, 1 and 2-year-old balance bikes. I guess that's 2 and under because, I mean, you know, Santino Herrera, John Crownover, Isaiah Wegner, and Truett Beckman. All right, guys, cheer them on around. These are our smallest riders out here today. Maybe. I think we're missing one. This is Santino up front. All right. Santino, top of his class right here. 2 years old, crossing the finish line with a 1. All right, we got a battle for that 2nd place between Isaiah and John. In the balance bike world, being on the same straight is a close race sometimes. All right. Thank everybody joining us on Facebook and YouTube. We stream all of our race events live right now. Oh, this is what I'm talking about, those balance bikes. Oh my gosh. Neck and neck. Who's got the power? All right, that's going to be Isaiah getting a 2. Leaving John Crownover in the 3. Good racing balance bikers. Getting ready for round number one. Going to start it off with our 31-35 women cruiser in the gate.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Hey, they are off. Moto number 4. We're on track with Liz Daly, Queen G, Abernathy, Madeline, Misbehaving, Brinker, Vanessa Mayo, and Marlena Mia Cruz. Top 2 riders going to move on to the main event out of round number 1. Sitting up top, looking like we got Madeline Brinker, followed by Gina Abernathy. Liz Daly sitting on the bubble. Vanessa chasing Liz down as they come out of turn number 2.
Attention.
And coming to the stripe, getting the transfer is Madeline, Misbehaving, Brinker, and Gina, Queen G, Abernathy. Moto number 5, 56 and over, women cruiser, Miss Kitty Weston Nauer, Grandma Mary Wallace, and Kathy Hall. Three riders on track, and this is a total points race. Every round counts for them. They're going to be out all 3 rounds as well. Low points wins, and you get a point per place. 1 point for first, 2 for second, 3 for third. Right now we got Kathy Hall sitting up front, followed by Miss Kitty Weston Nauer and Grandma Mary Wallace.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Total points right there. Kathy Hall getting the 1, Miss Kitty on the 2, Grandma Mary on the 3. Moto number 6, 8-year-old cruiser coming at us, Tatum Wolf, Kasem Cabo Hall, and Weston Sheepdog Shepherd. We got the Sheepdog out front.
Attention.
Followed by Tatum Wolf and Kasem Hall. Total points once again for these 8-year-old cruisers. And that is going to be Weston Sheepdog Shepherd with the 1, Tatum Wolf with your 2, Kasem Cabo Hall on the 3. Moto number 7, 11-year-old cruiser coming at us, the party animal, Alexander, Trenton T. Money Stewart, Connor to St. Coonan, Big Mac Duval, and E.J. Hawthorne.
Ready, watch the gate.
Coming to the stripe on that 11 bike, getting the transfer. We got 2 spots, E.J. Hawthorne and the 34 of Big Mac Duval moving on to the main event. Moto number 8, 12-year-old cruiser total points race once again here in Moto number 8, Brady Holshot Barker, Calvin the Phoenix Nolting, and Chase Mode Curley. We got the number 8 bike, Calvin Nolting sitting up front, Curley on the 2.
Random start.
Barker on the 3.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
And I might have that backward. They were in the same jersey, but that is going to be Nolting with the 1, Chase Mode Curley with the 2, and Brady Holshot Barker on the 3. Moto number 9, 16-year-old cruiser, Seth Schwartz, Ben Fetch, Corey Brown, and Derek Wise. Sitting up front, Corey Brown on the 1, Seth Schwartz on the 2. We got 1 spot out of this round going to the main event. Right now, that is looking like Corey Brown going to sit up front.
Ready, watch the gate.
Corey Brown, you got a few years on these guys, man. Only outage them by 31 years. No, not quite. Moto number 10, 5 and under novice, Addie Smilanich, Lincoln Rao, Ethan Johnston, Casey Rogers, Colt Northup, Zozo Holly, and Maggie Welch. And the crowd goes wild right now. That is the 13 bike, Zozo Holly sitting out front. Maggie Welch on the 2. We got the top 3 riders going to move right to the main event out of round 1. We got a battle for that 3rd spot.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders.
That is going to be... Oh, no. Oh, no. We got riders down. That's Maggie Welch Lincoln Rao. All right. Okay. Our riders checked out here at the finish line. I'll announce those transfers here in a second. Right now we've got 6 novice coming at us. I'm gonna keep blocking here. 6 novices: Piper Franklin, Lillian Hodges, Resner Knowles, Rosie Malone, and Jackson Ferens. Top 2 riders gonna go to the main event. All right, and that is gonna be the 17 of Piper Franklin. We got a battle here. Go that way, guys. I didn't catch which plate that was. I got too much going on here. We're gonna hold the in turn 1. All right, we got Zoe up. She's gonna ride it off. Good deal. Let's see if we got Addison doing the same thing. Addison is up.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, we need Waylon Brandsma 2 staging. I still got to announce those transfers from those last 2 motos. That is going to be Lincoln Rao, Casey Rogers, and Maggie Welch. Are your transfers out of Moto 10. Transfers out of Moto 11 are Piper Franklin and Resner Knowles. All right, Moto number 12, 7-year-old novice Alan Melman, Caden Vanderman, William Krupskis. If I said that wrong, please let me know between rounds. And Cardi Jackson. 4 riders on track. We're going to get 1 into the main event coming out of this, and that is going to be the 137 of Alan Melman. All right, we're still looking for Waylon Brandsma. All right, we're adjusting the plate there, getting everything ready. Yep. Just for reference, guys, just for everyone. So regular district plates seem to be a white background with black letters. All the colors, the different background colors signify special things. This weekend, the riders that have been doing the Missouri State Championship Series are trying to get those state plates that are green for novice and intermediate and blue for expert. There's also a gray background for NAG, a black background for National, and a red 1, the coveted Rock 1. There's only one of those per class. There is yellow UCI.
Attention.
Okay, riders.
Oh, yeah, the yellow, the Gold Cup. Forgot Gold Cup.
Riders ready,
And
watch
Gold
the gate.
Cup. All right. Moto number 13, 8-year-old novices. We're on track with Elias Joyner, Grant Roberts, Cadron, Thunder, Spillman, and Waylon Brandsma. And as someone that has to look at number plates all the time, the less that's on your plate with the biggest readable number really makes it easy on us down here. Your kids are going fast. Right now, that is Cajun sitting up front, Elias on the bubble on number 2. Only 1 spot.
Okay, riders.
Moving on to the main event out of this rack of 8-year-old novice. We got 1 transfer spot available this round. And right now, that is looking like Hadron Thunder Spillman gonna move on to the main event out of round number 1. Moto 14, 9-year-old novice Finn Riggs, Xander Newland, Jacob Weist, and Mighty Milo Wolf. 4 riders, we get 1 rider moving straight to the main event right now. That is Milo Wolf sitting on top. Xander Newland sitting on the 2. Oh, we got a rider sliding out. I think that was Jacob. We'll get him checked out. Curtis is down there with him. Coming to the stripe. We got a little bit of a battle here, but that is going to be Mighty Milo holding on to that 1 transfer spot. All right, guys, we got Jacob up. Let's have a big round of applause for him getting back up. Think he's going to ride it out. Cheer him on. It's not always fun to get up after you fall down.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Moto number 15, 10-year-old novices coming out as a total points race with Haley Velasquez, Daniel Blunt, and Colini Beanie Welch. Colini, one of our singers earlier for the national anthem. Right now we got Danny Man sitting up front, followed by Haley in the 2, Colini on the 3.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders
Total points,
ready.
so they're going to race all 3 rounds, and each round's points count. Haley was trying to dip under Danny Man right there, but that is going to be Daniel with the 1, Haley with the 2, and Colini with the 3. Moto number 16, 11-year-old novices. We got Nolan Riggs, JC Wolf, Brentley Hobson, Caden Ritz, Wyatt Freebird Dutton, and Camden Horosco. Right now, we got JC, Nolan, and Wyatt sitting up front.
Attention.
We got 3 spots available.
Okay, riders,
A little bit of a gap between the rest of the pack on those 3. So where I'm sitting right here at the half track point, those are probably going to be your transfers. Coming to the stripe, that is going to be JC, the 420 bike of Nolan, and the 174 of Wyatt Freebird Dutton. Moving on to your main event out of round number 1. Moto 17, 12-year-old novices, Zach Laney, Hank Opfer, Jacqueline Harrell, Ethan Malone, and Blazin' Blake Johnson. We got spot for 2 out of round 1, and that is that 187 and the 38. Sitting in those spots, Blazin' Blake and Jacqueline Harrell. Laney sitting on the bubble, going to try to get by, not quite close enough. I think Jacqueline's going to hold on to that second transfer, but that is going to be Blazin' Blake Johnson and Jacqueline Harrell, your transfers out of Moto 17. Moto 18, 13-year-old novices, total points race right here. Antonio Lopez Duarte, Hayden Rock and Roll Franklin, and Connor Arnold. Total points here on that 13-year-old novice. We got Antonio Lopez Duarte out front, Hayden Franklin on the 2, and Connor Arnold on the 3. Coming to the stripe, that is what they are going to be. Antonio 1, Hayden 2, Connor 3, right down the moto sheet. Moto number 19, 15-year-old novices, another total points race here. Tyler Malone, Henry Jepson, and Noah Riggs. All Racing League riders out here. Tyler sitting up front, Nolan on the 2, Henry on the 3. Not Nolan, Noah.
Riders ready. Watch the
Oh, they are pushing each other hard up front there on those 15-year-old novices. Moto number 19, and coming to the stripe is going to be Tyler Malone, Noah Riggs, and Henry Jepson in that order. Moto number 20, 3640 novice, Benjamin Nachman, Zach Knowles, Eric Riggs, and Uncle Lars Jepson. Another Total Racing League group right here. We got Zach Knowles sitting up front, Benjamin Nachman on the 2, Lars and Eric battling for that 3 spot. We got 1 transfer spot out of this round 1. Zach and Benjamin fighting hard, but that is going to be Zach Knowles, your transfer out of Moto number 20. Moto number 21, 7-year-old intermediates. We got Piper Harv, Seth Gotta Go Fast Daily, Finn Boyer, and Eli Tonga. Sitting up front, we got the Eli Tonga and Seth Daly on the bubble.
Attention.
We got one transfer spot out of round number
Okay,
one,
ready?
so that
Rhythm
top
start.
rider is going to move on, get to hang out,
Riders
visit
ready.
concessions, get
Watch
some
the
Kona
gate.
ice, go buy some gear from On Two Wheels. You got a whole second round that you get to do whatever you want with, and that's going to be Eli Tonga, your transfer out of Moto 21. Moto 22, 8-year-old intermediates, Avery, Baby Girl, Franklin, Nacho Beckham, Nacho Eulery, Katie the Bug Johnson, Jackson Smilanich, and Edwin Welch. 5 riders on track, taking 2 to the main event. Right now, sitting up front, we got the 36 and the 16, Katie
Attention.
and Avery.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Coming down that last straight. Sitting up front, we got Katie the Bug Johnson getting a transfer and the 16 bike of Avery Franklin moving on to main events. Moto number 23, 9-year-old intermediates, Axel the Rizzler Miracle, Donatello Aylen, Johnny Melman, Hunter Hodges, and Chris Smith. We're taking the top 2 riders to the main event. They are all bunched up. We got a pass going on, moving up. Oh, made it stick.
Attention.
Little contact there. Coming out of
Okay,
turn
riders,
2, but
random
only
start.
those top 2 spots matter on this round.
Ready. Watch the gate.
Coming down the last straight, that is going to be the 138 of Donatello Aylen and the 098 of Chris Smith. Moto number 24, 10-year-old intermediates, Brennan Hale, Adeline Hall, Smiley Kylie Shepard, Dylan Stinky Harrell, Everett the Warthog Barton, and Lachlan Lightning Campbell. 6 riders on track. The top 2 going to be going on to main events. That is that Nag 6 and the 65. Sitting up front right now, Kylie Shepard and Dylan
Okay, riders,
Harrell.
random start.
Got company on the outside trying to get
Ready.
around.
Watch the gate.
I think that is Brendan Hale trying to make a move, wanting that transfer spot, but that is going to be Smiley Kylie and Stinky Harrell. Moto 25, 11-year-old intermediates, total points race right here with Emma Smilanich, Talon Twinkle Toes Dobbs, and Nokasi Belcher running one of those cool Rock 1 plates right there. Noke Belcher sitting up front, Talon on the 2, Emma on the 3, but they are all bunched up, man. This is a close race out of these 11-year-old intermediates. Spreading out a little bit to single file coming down the last straight, but we'll see who's got horsepower, and that is going to be Noke with the 1, Talon with the 2, Emma with the 3. Moto 26, 12-year-old intermediate, Zach Tech Bass, Jacob Farrell, Benny the Jet Bass, and Vinny Lamano. Taking 1 rider to the main event out of round number 1. Sitting up front is that 227 bike, Jacob Farrell. Zach Attack sitting on the 2. Wanting to get by, sit out round number 2, get to take a break. But right now, down that last straight, that is going to be Jacob Farrell, your only transfer out of Moto 26. Moto 27, 13-year-old intermediates full rack right here. Lily Campbell, Dylan Schaffler, Riley Brown, Gwenny Garrow, Maverick Miracle, Derek Wise, Sabin Axon, and London Johnson. Top 3 riders going to move on to the main event right now. That is Wise, Brown, and Schaffler sitting up front. Coming to the stripe down that last straight is going to be
Okay, riders, random start.
Derek Wise, Riley Brown, and Dylan Schaffler, your transfers. Moto number 28, 14-year-old intermediates, KJ Smilanich, Ben Fetch, Carson Zagalik, Bentley Morgan, and Skylar Visnich. 14 intermediate Moto 28 top 2 riders going to stick around for the main event. That is the 86 bike sitting up front, Bentley Morgan.
Start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Top 2 spots get to go straight to the main event, and that's going to be Bentley Morgan and the 62 bike of KJ Smilanich. Oh, we got a rider down at the finish line, Ben Fetch. And Grandma Mary to staging. Ben, you good? All right, guys, let's give Ben Fetch a hand. He popped right back up. Pushing hard at the finish line. Moto 29, 15-year-old intermediates, Adam Wise, Carson Hawkins, Mark Schlotzhauer, and Madeline Brinker. We only got room for 1 in the main event coming out of here, and that is looking like that State 3 bike, Mark Schlotzhauer. Gonna be moving on to the main event. You'll notice I got that name correct. every time from the first time I saw it. Moto number 30, 51-55 intermediates. Rob Andrew, Eric Axon, Brian Jones, Mike Blake, and Jonas Dominguez.
Attention.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
riders,
Mark's,
random
yeah.
start.
Who would mess up a name like Mark?
Riders ready, watch the gate.
51-55 intermediate coming here. We got two riders going to move on, and that is the 50 bike of Brian Jones and the 306 of Jonas Dominguez moving on to the main event. Moto number 31, 4150 women's expert, Miss Kitty Weston Nauer, Vanessa Mayo, and Grandma Mary Wallace. Coming around turn number 2 on that Gold Cup 2. Vanessa Mayo sitting out front, followed by District 2.
Attention.
That is not
Okay,
that is
riders,
not the
random start.
right plate, Miss Kitty.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
I think we can figure out who you are. All right, that is Vanessa Mayo with the 1. Miss Kitty rocking her District 2 on the 2, Grandma Mary on the 3. She's a new rider. Moto number 32, 8-year-old experts Elijah Corndog Holly, Weston Sheepdog Shepherd, Eula Shingleton, and Baby Cakes Miller. We got one spot open out of round number 1, one transfer spot. That top rider is going to move on to the main event. Get to sit out in round number 2, and that is going to be the Nag 18 of Weston Sheepdog Shepherd. Moto 33, 10-year-old experts Saucony Hall, Corbin Howard, Sawyer Penny, Braxton Jackman, Emmett Hall, and Graham Little. We got Little and Penny sitting up front.
Attention.
Pushing hard. We got 2 spots open, so those top 2 riders get to sit out round 2 and just come back for that main event. And right now, that is Graham Little and Sawyer Penny sitting out front. And those are going to be your transfers, Graham Little and Sawyer Penny. Moto number 34, 11-year-old experts Xavier Davidson, Big Mac Duval, Creighton Harves, and EJ Hawthorne. One rider going to move on to that main event right now. That is Davidson and Hawthorne sitting up front, battling for that top spot.
Okay, riders.
Hawthorne inside. But X is going to hold on, coming to the stripe. Who's got the power? That is going to be me checking with the scorekeepers. That was the number 5, Xavier Davidson, going to get the transfer there. That was a close one. Moto number 35, 12-year-old experts coming at us. Jet Duncan, Hector Laredo Jr., Browan Morgan, Calvin Nolting, and Brady Barker. 2 spots open, looking like Laredo Jr. out front, followed by a Rock 1. So that is going to be Laredo Jr. and Browan Morgan moving on. Moto 36, 13-year-old experts Logan Carson, Tyler McMorris, Cody Velasquez, AJ Johnson, and Maverick Moorfield. We got 2 spots in that main event ready. Right now, that is Logan Carson and Velasquez sitting out front. The 89 bike, Tyler McMorris sitting on the bubble.
Ready, watch the gate.
All the way to the stripe. That is going to be Logan Carson and Cody Velasquez moving on to the main event. Moto number 37, 15-year-old experts Zachary Hurricane Campbell, Colton Hengel, Jabril Falcon Belgrave. Total points right here for these 15-year-olds. Right now, that is the 10 bike. Colton Hengel sitting out front, followed by Campbell and Belgrave.
Ready, watch the gate.
And that is going to be the order. Well, maybe Colton Hengel with your 1, Campbell with your 2, Jabril with the 3. Moto number 38, 16-year-old experts. We got 2 spots open. Seth Swartz, Brody Stafford, Henry Campbell, Jasper Kennedy, and Beckett Strike. Sitting up front, we got a rider down. All right, he's sitting up, guys. Brody Stafford losing it in turn 2. We'll get him checked out. Right now, that is going to be Jasper Kennedy and the number 5 of Beckett Strike moving on to main events. We got Brody up. He's got his bike. He's going to finish it out, guys. Cheer him on. These old expert kids are moving fast, man. That ground comes at you quick. Speaking of fast, here's a bunch of slow guys getting in the gate. Our 1720 experts. All right, we are getting Moto 39 ready. 1720 experts. This will be a
Attention.
short race. As a fast class.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And they are out of the gate. Jordan Blake, Jarrell Bullock, McKenna Leptak, Sean Madden, Ethan Axon, and Amir Speed Racer Tolafree. Sitting up front. I can tell from here. We got 2 spots open. That is Amir sitting out front. Who do we got in the 2? The 156 bike, Jarrell Little G Bullock. Oh, we got a little pass action there, looking like Sean Madden making it around. That is going to be Amir and the A bike of Sean Madden going to be your transfers. Moto number 40, 41, 45 experts. Zach Barron. We need Zach Barron to staging. All right, Moto 40, the last moto of round number 1. Right. We'll still be here for round number 2. Right now, we got 41, 45 expert in the gate.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And we got Scott Johnson, Zachariah. I'm not even going to say the nickname, Zach. I'm going to hold the nickname. We got Scott Johnson, Zach Hinton, and Brian Barton coming at us right now. We got Sketchy Scott sitting up front. Zach Hinton in the 2, Brian Barton on the 3. Oh no, we've talked about it. There's been discussions. And that is going to be Scott Johnson moving on. Brian Barton with the 2. Zach playing too much Hinton on the 3. And guys, that is round number 1. Round number 1 is done. Is finish line ready? Man, we are ready. Actually, I'm not. I don't have my Tatum Wolf and Kasem Hall. We need you guys to staging for your cruiser moto. Right now, we are all the way back. Or not. All right. That's a weird movie to bring up. Mannequin? I didn't know there were sequels. Kasem Hall, we need you in staging for moto number 6. Right now we're getting moto number 4 situated. There we go. Hey, it's okay to false start when you don't flip the gate.
Attention.
But false start and flipping the gate is not a fun time.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 4, 31-35 women cruiser. They are looking at 2 spots left in that main event. Right now we're on track with Liz Daly, Vanessa Mayo, and Marlena Mia Cruz. Sitting out front, we got Liz Daly and Vanessa Mayo battling out. Marlena chasing them down. Liz, every time you look over your shoulder, it costs you half a bike link.
Attention.
It's a little advice from Coach Justin.
Random start. Ready,
Coming to the stripe, getting that first transfer spot is gonna be Liz Daly. I did not have my pen ready. Vanessa Mayo also transferring. Marlena, thanks for racing with us tonight. Moto number 5, 56 and over women cruiser total points right now. Miss Kitty Weston now, Grandma Mary Wallace, and Kathy Hall out on track. Kathy Hall sitting up front, followed by Miss Kitty and Grandma Mary.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Down around that third straight. Kathy Hall holding on to that first place. Well, we got a battle for 2, though. We got Miss Kitty sitting on the 2. Grandma Mary going to make a move. That is going to be Miss Kitty on the 2. Grandma Mary on the 3. Moto number 6, 8-year-old cruiser, Tatum Wolf, Kasem Cabo Hall, and Weston Sheepdog Shepherd.
Attention.
There's a Starship song on the soundtrack.
Riders ready,
Okay.
watch the gate.
Now everybody knows that Starship had a song on the movie Mannequin soundtrack, but it was not that We Built This City. All right, that is going to be Weston Shepherd, Kasem Hall, and Tatum Wolf there, tied up in points, those last 2. Moto number 7, 11-year-old cruiser, the party animal Alexander, T Money Stewart, Connor to St. Coonan. You got 2 spots open. That is T Money and Connor to St. Coonan sitting up front. Woo! They are pushing in hard. Guys, the final is Sunday.
Random start.
Just keeping that in mind. That is going to be T Money Stewart and the push at the end from the party animal Alexander. Connor, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 8, 12-year-old cruiser Brady Barker, Calvin Nolting, and Chase Curley. Total points racing right here, making their second trip around. We got Nolting. Ooh, sliding out a little. Recovered a bit.
Random start.
I wouldn't think the
Riders
usually
ready,
doesn't start
watch
getting
the gate.
slippery until it gets cold. Man, they are pushing each other all over the track. That is going to be Nolting with a 1. And the 579 Chase with the 2. Brady on the 3. What's that? Nothing's going to stop us now. Wow. You guys are really worried about this song.
Okay, riders,
Moto number
random
9,
start.
16-year-old cruiser, Seth Swartz, Ben Fetch, and Derek Wise.
Watch the gate.
Got 2 spots open in that main event, and that is going to be Seth Swartz and Ben Fetch keeping it together across the line. Derek, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 10, 5 and under novice. Guys, get loud. Get loud. We got 4 riders on track. 3 going to move on to the main event. Out here with Addie Smilinich, Ethan Johnston, Colt Northup, and Zozo Holly. There we go. There's the cheering I expect for our 5 and unders. We got Zoe and Addie out front. The 244, Colt Northup sitting on the 3, Ethan on the 4. We'll see who gets that 3rd transfer. They are both going to push hard.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Coming to the stripe, that is going to be Zoe Holly, Addie Smilinich, Waylon Bransmott is staging, please. That is going to be the 244, Colt Northup moving on. Ethan, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 11, 6-year-old novice. We got a rider down right now, getting back up. Rosie Malone getting back up. Right now up top, we got Liliana Hodges on that 723 bike. Followed by Jackson Ferrens on the 2. Rosie going to push on. We got 2 spots available. That is the advice. Don't give up. Anything can happen on a race.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
And right now, your transfer is Liliana Hodges getting one. We got 1 left. And coming to the stripe, that is going to be Jackson Ferrens. Rosie, thanks for racing tonight. Ben, the first time I went to Grands with you all, and we watched moto after moto in rock blow up, and the person that just kept riding. We saw people go from 8th to 1st just because they avoided it and kept at it. Moto number 12, 7-year-old novices, Caden Vanderman, William Krupskis, and Cardi Jackson. We got spots for 2 of the riders. Top 2 riders going to move on to the main event. Right now, that's looking like Cardi Jackson sitting up front, getting the transfer. Cardi getting the 1 and the 176 of William going to move on. Caden, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 13, 8-year-old novices, Elias Joyner, Grant Roberts, and Waylon Bransma. Top 2 going to stick around. That is Elias and the 291 of Grant Roberts sitting up front. Waylon on the bubble.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Coming around that last turn. Top 2 spots going to stick around for main events, and that is going to be the 413, Elias Joyner and Grant Roberts. Moving on, Waylon, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 14, 9-year-old novices, Finn Riggs, Xander Newland, and Jacob Weist. Xander Newland sitting up top.
Attention.
Followed by Finn and Jacob.
Random start.
We got room for 2.
Ready, watch the gate.
Room for 2 in the main event. Grabbing those transfer spots, that is going to be Xander Newland with the 1 and Finn Riggs with the 2. Jacob, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 15, 10-year-old novice, Haley Velasquez, Daniel Blunt, and Colini Beanie Welch. Total points right here. They're going to race all 3 rounds right now. That is Danny Man sitting up front, Haley on the 2, Colini on the 3.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Haley trying to sneak by. She wants to get up in that 1 spot. That is going to be Daniel get with the 1, Haley with the 2, Colleen with the 3. Moto number 16, 11-year-old novices, Bentley Hobson, Caden Ritz, and Camden Horosco, and this is a bike ride. So we're missing a rider. So they are all going to make it to the main event.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
So I'm just going to mark them as making it. That is Caden out front, followed by the 179 of Bentley and the 175 of Camden. Moto number 17, 12-year-old novices, Zach Laney, Hank Opfer, Ethan Malone. 3 riders looking for 2 spots in the main event. Sitting out front, we got Hank Opfer and Zach Laney.
attention,
Malone chasing them down that third straight.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch
And
the
I
gate.
see a lot of looking over the shoulder. I just want you guys to know that costs you time on the track. That is going to be Hank and Zach moving on. Ethan, thanks for racing with us tonight. Moto number 18, 13-year-old novices on track with Antonio Lopez Duarte, Hayden, Rock and Roll Franklin, and Connor Arnold. Somebody's creaking. I shouldn't say anything. All my kids' bikes probably creak too. That is Antonio sitting out front, Hayden on the 2, Connor on the 3.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
This is total points, so they're going to race all 3 rounds, and that is how they are going to do it. Antonio with the 1, Hayden with the 2, Connor on the 3. Moto number 19, 15-year-old novices, another total points race right here. Tyler Malone, Henry Jepson, and Noah Riggs. Noah and Tyler swapping places this round.
Okay,
See if that
random
sticks
start.
through the last half of the track right now. It's looking like it. Noah sitting up top. Ooh, a good recovery, Noah. That's going to be Noah with the 1, Tyler with the 2, Henry with the 3. Moto number 20, 3640 novice coming at us. Benjamin Nachman, Eric Riggs, and Lars Jepson. Benjamin sitting up top. Lars on the 2, Eric on the 3.
Okay, riders.
We got room for 2 in the main event for these 3640 novices. That is going to be Benjamin and Lars moving on to the main event. Eric, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 21, 7-year-old intermediates, Piper Harv, Seth Gotta Go Fast Daly, and Finn Boyer. Daly, Boyer, Harves as they are diving into turn number 2. Ooh.
attention,
Man, that turn 2 is slippy.
Okay, riders, random start.
Even on these little guys, they're getting a little chatter.
Ready, watch the gate.
We got room for 2 in the main event right now. That is Seth Daly sitting up front. And getting the transfer. Finn Boyer on your second transfer. Piper, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 22, 8-year-old intermediates, Beckham, Nacho, Ullery, Jackson Smilanich, and Edwin Welch. We got 2 spots right now, and that is going to be Beckham sitting up front, followed by Jackson and Edwin.
Random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And all the way to the stripe, that is going to be Beckham and Jackson moving on. Edwin, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 23, 9-year-old intermediates, Axel the Rizzler Miracle, Johnny Melman, and Hunter Hodges.
attention,
Okay, riders, random start.
3 riders on track, 2 spots left in that main event. That is going to be the 94, Axel the Rizzler in the State 4. Hunter Hodges moving on. Johnny, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 24, 10-year-old intermediates, Brennan Hale, Adeline Hall, Everett the Warthog Barton, and Lachlan Lightning Campbell. 3 spots open. That is Hall sitting out front, followed by Hale, Campbell, and then the State 7 of Barton.
Random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Whoa, overjumped a little bit. That is going to be Adeline Hall, Brennan Hale, and the State 7 of Everett Barton going to move on. Lachlan, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 25, 11-year-old intermediates, Emma Smilanich, Talon Dobbs, and Nokasi Belcher in this total points race. That is Noak Belcher sitting up front, Smilanich on the 2, Dobbs on the 3.
Riders, random start. Riders ready, watch
This is
the
good
gate.
close racing out of this group. Man, they were close last time as they came around. But right now, that is looking like Noak with the 1, Smilanich with the 2, Talon with the 3. Emma and Talon tied up in points. Moto 26, 12-year-old intermediate, Zach Attack Bass, Benny the Jet Bass, and Vinny Lamano. We got Benny
Attention.
Jet sitting up front. Zach
Okay,
on the
riders,
2.
random start.
Vinny on the 3. We got spots for 2s. Top 2 going to move on to the main event. And that is going to be Benjamin and Zach moving on. Vinny, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 27, 13-year-old intermediates Lily Campbell, Gwenny Garrow, Maverick, the Missouri Monster, Miracle, Sabin Axon, and London Johnson. Maverick sitting up front, followed by the 12 bike of Gwenny
Attention.
Garrow. Top 4 riders going to move on to the main event.
Riders ready.
Lily Campbell on the
Watch
3, London Johnson on the 4. Sabin going to try to get by, and that is going to be Maverick, Gwen, Lily, and London. Moving on. Sabin, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 28, 14-year-old intermediates Ben Fetch, Carson, Boogie, Zagalik, and Skylar Visnich.
Attention.
We got Fetch, Zagalik, and Visnich in that order coming out of turn number 2.
Ready. Watch the gate.
And grabbing up the 2 transfer spots is going to be Ben Fetch and Carson Zagalik. Skylar, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 29, 15-year-old intermediates Adam, Smooth Operator Wise, Carson Hawkins, and Madeline Misbehavin' Brinker. Ooh, man,
Attention.
hearing some clunking up there. We got 2 spots open right now. That is Hawkins and Brinker sitting up front.
Ready. Watch the
Wise going to try to make a move down that last straight. We'll see what happens. That is going to be Brinker and Hawkins moving on. Adam, thanks for racing tonight. I think someone hit the gate. Didn't hear what's going on there. We are to Moto number 30, 51, 55 intermediates. Rob Andrew, Eric Axon, and Mike Blake. Mike Blake sitting out front, followed by Rob Andrew. On your bike or on the gate? All right, that is going to be Mike Blake and Rob Andrew moving on. Eric, thanks for racing tonight.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Moto number 31, 4150 women's experts, Miss Kitty Westenauer, Vanessa Mayo, and Grandma Mary Wallace. All good, Eric? As long as it wasn't your body. He said something popped. Little fun little fact. Eric and I played in a cover band a few years ago. We played some like 70s through 90s covers at a few shows. It's a good time. Moto 31, this 4150 women expert, total points.
Attention.
We got Vanessa Mayo sitting out front, Miss Kitty Westenauer on the 2, Grandma Mary Wallace on the 3.
Watch the gate.
And all the way to the stripe, that is Vanessa with the 1. Looking like Miss Kitty's going to hold on to the 2. And Grandma Mary on the 3. Guys, don't forget to smile for Chuck as you come on over the double into turn number 2. We are moving on to 8-year-old experts, moto number 32,
Attention.
Elijah Corndog Holly, Eula Shingleton, and Austin Baby Cakes Miller. We got room for 2 in that main event.
Ready. Watch the gate.
Looking like Austin Miller and Eula Shingleton sitting up front. And that is going to be our transfers. Austin and Euless moving on. Elijah, thanks for racing with us tonight. Moto number 33, 10-year-old Tony, Fetty Stay Ready, Hall, Corbin, Howard, Braxton, the Wolverine, Jackman, and Emmett Hall. Whoa, man, look at that. That was a move, 4th to 2nd.
Okay, riders.
Diving low.
Riders.
That
ready.
works.
Watch the gate.
That works till it doesn't. But right now, we got room for 3, and that is going to be Saccone Hall, Jackman, and Howard. Moving on. Emmett, thanks for racing tonight. Moto 34, 11-year-old experts, Big Mac Duvall, Creighton Harves, and EJ Hawthorne. Sitting up front.
Attention.
Ouch, man.
Okay, riders. Random.
EJ Hawthorne sitting out front, followed by Big Mac
Ready.
Duvall and Creighton Harves. We got room for 2 in that main event. And coming to the stripe, that is going to be EJ Hawthorne and Big Mac Duval. Creighton, thanks for racing. Moto 35, 12-year-old experts, Jumpin' Jet Duncan, Calvin the Phoenix Nolting, and Brady Whole Shot Barker. We got room for 2 in that main event right now. It's looking like Calvin Nolting up front, Barker on the 2, Jumpin' Jet on the 3.
Ready, watch the gate.
Coming to the stripe, that is going to be Calvin Nolting and the 67 bike of Brady Whole Shot Barker moving on to the main event. And Chet, thanks for racing tonight. Moto number 36, 13-year-old experts, Tyler McMorris, AJ Johnson, and Maverick Moorfield. We got room for 2.
Attention.
Looking like Maverick up front, followed by Tyler McMorris and AJ Johnson.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Down that last straight, and that is going to be Moorfield on the 1, McMorris on the 2, and those are your transfers. AJ, thanks for racing tonight. Jordan Blake to staging. Moto 37, 15-year-old experts, Colton Hingles, Campbell, and Jabrell, the Falcon Belgrade. Total points right here. Colton had an ace in round number 1. Zach on the 2. We'll see what happens. That is going to be Colton with the 1, Zach with the 2, and Jabrell with the 3. Moto number 38, 16-year-old experts, Seth Swartz, Brody Stafford, and Henry Campbell. Stafford sitting out front, testing out the traction on turn 2, Brody. We got room for 2 in the main event, and that is going to be Stafford and Swartz. Going to move on. Henry, good race. Thanks for racing with us tonight.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, guys, we need a couple people to the finish line. We need Zach Campbell and an adult for Harrison Alexander. Moto 38, 16-year-old experts. Moto 39, Jordan Blake, Jarrell Bullock, McKenna Leptak, and Ethan Agson. We got room for 3 in that main event, and that is going to be Little G Bullock sitting up front, followed by Jordan Blake and McKenna Leptak. Ethan, thanks for racing tonight.
Ready, watch the gate.
Moto 40, looks like we got a bike ride. Zach Hinton and Brian Barton coming out of the gate. And those are going to be your transfers, guys. They are going to finish it out, and that is round number 2. We're going to take a quick break, get all these scoring sheets reconciled.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Main event, moto number 4, starting off with our 31-35 women cruiser. We're on track with Liz Daly, Gina Queen G, Abernathy, Madeline, Miss Event 31 and Vanessa Mayo. We got the 6 bike of Madeline Brinker out front. Gina on the 2.
Attention.
Battle for that 3 spot between Liz and Vanessa.
Riders ready, watch
And
the
coming
gate.
to the stripe, the 1 is going to be Madeline Misbehaving Brinker. Queen G Abernathy on the 2. Who's getting the 3? That is going to be Liz Daly holding on to that 3 spot. Moto number 5, 56 and over, women's cruiser. We got Kathy Hall sitting on a pair of aces. Miss Kitty on the 2s, Mary Wallace on the 3s. Guys, don't forget to smile for Chuck as you're diving into turn number 2. Chuck Williams Photography, track sponsor, excellent
Okay,
photographer.
riders, random start.
Donating his time. Make sure that you,
Watch the gate.
when he posts those photos that we will repost, make sure you hit up his Venmo link on there. All around good guy. That's state from Ben Harves, too. That is going to be Kathy Hall, your overall 1. Miss Kitty Westenauer, your overall 2. And Grandma Mary Wallace, the overall 3. Oh, we got to write her down and already back up. Moto number 6, 8-year-old cruiser, Tatum Wolf, Kasem Cabo Hall, and Weston Sheepdog Shepherd. The Sheepdog sitting on a pair of aces, got it locked up. Looks like Tatum went down and got back up. That's the important part of racing right there, learning that resilience. But coming across with the 1 and your overall 1 is going to be the Sheepdog Weston Shepherd. Also, the only rider that has run into me on the track.
Random start.
And Kasem Cabo Hall going to be your overall 2. Tatum Wolf, the overall 3. Moto number 7, 11-year-old cruisers. The Party Animal, Alexander, T-Money Stewart, Big Mac Duval, and E.J. Hawthorne in their 11 cruiser group. We got E.J. Hawthorne sitting up top, followed by T-Money and Big Mac.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
And that is going to be EJ with the 1, T-Money Stewart with the 2, Big Mac Duval on the 3. Moto number 8, 12-year-old cruisers. Whew, that was a big old manual there. Brady Holshot Barker, Calvin the Phoenix Nolting, and Chase Mode Curley. Calvin sitting on a pair of aces, going to have it locked up, looking like Chase holding on to that 2 spot. That is going to be Calvin Nolting, your overall 1. Chase Curley, your overall 2. Brady Barker, the overall 3. Moto number 9, 16-year-old cruiser, Seth Swartz, Ben Fetch, and Corey Brown.
Attention.
Corey Brown up here,
Random start.
31 years older
Riders ready.
than his
watch the
closest
gate.
competitor. That is going to be Corey Brown with the 1, Seth Swartz with the 2, Ben Fetch on the 3. And I know what class this is without even looking at my moto sheets by the crowd. And this is 5 and under novice. We're on track with Addie Smilinich, Lincoln Rao, Casey Rogers, Colt Northup, Zozo Holly, and Maggie Welch. That was a lot of breaks I hear up there. Right now, we got Zoe and Addie. Sorry, that is Maggie and Addie sitting up front. Coming to the stripe. The 37 bike, Maggie Welch with the 1. Addison Smilinich with the 2. And the 190 of Lincoln Rao with the 3.
Okay, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Moto number 11, 6-year-old novice, Piper Franklin, Lillian Hodges, Resner Knowles, and Jackson Ferrens. Coming around turn number 2. We got some riders tied up front. Ooh, diving down low. I don't even know who's in front right now. We got Liliana Hodges and Piper Franklin battling all over the track.
Okay, riders, random start.
Wasn't right here when I said it.
Watch the gate.
That's why I said there was like 3 passes in that turn. But right now, the 17 bike, Piper Franklin, gonna get your 1. Liliana Hodges on your 2, and we got a battle for the 3. Who's gonna get it? Looking like the 086 Resner Knowles taking home that 3. Moto number 12, 7-year-old novice Alan Melman, William Krupskis, and Carter Jackson. Not total points. What you see is what you get. We got Alan and Carter battling up front.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
We got Alan pulling ahead. Gonna get the 1. Alan Melman, Carter Jackson with the 2. William Krupskis with the 3. Moto number 13, 8-year-old novices Elias Joyner, Grant Roberts, Cadron Thunder Spillman. Not total points either. What you see is what you get out of these riders. And right now, oh, we got a slip pedal. Let's see what happens. We got Elias and Cadron.
Attention.
Sitting up front. Grant Roberts on the 3.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Making the pass. Going down on the inside. That is Cadron Spillman. Taking over the 1 spot. Elias Joyner holding on to the 2. Grant Roberts sitting on the 3. Moto number 14, 9-year-old novice Finn Riggs, Xander Newland, and mighty Milo Wolf. Oh, we got a rider down. We'll get them checked out. We got Milo Wolf sitting out front, Xander Newland on the 2. We're going to get Finnegan checked out. That is going to be Milo on the 1, Xander on the 2. All right, guys, we're getting Finn checked out. Got him sitting up. It's always a good sign. And don't forget, we got signups open. Signups for tomorrow go until 3:30, 2 to 3:30. Practice starts at 2. We're going to do it age-based, just like we do every Friday night. Start with 12 and unders, then 13 and overs. And we repeat that. Each one gets 2 half-hour sessions. Please be mindful of the parking all through the rest of the weekend. And we put a few extra things up. We got a little barrier back here at the finish line. If you do need to come down to the finish line for a protest or a question, we're going to ask you to stay. All right, Finn is up, man. Let's give him a round of applause. Yeah. Eric, can we get you, Eric Riggs, can we get you to the finish line? All right, Finn is going to finish it out.
Attention.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Moto number 15, 10-year-old novices coming out fast on this total points race. We got Haley Velasquez, Daniel Blunt, and Colini Beanie Welch. Daniel sitting on low points with a pair of aces. Haley on the twos, Colini on the threes. They are coming out of turn two, sitting just like that. Well, we will see what happens. There's a whole lot of track between here and the finish line. Right now, Danny Man sitting up front. Haley trying to make that pass, taking a good line. We'll see what happens down this last straight, and that is going to be Daniel with your overall 1, Haley the overall 2, Colini the overall 3. Moto number 16, 11-year-old novices, big rack here. Nolan Riggs, JC Wolf, Brentley Hobson, Caden Ritz, Wyatt Freebird Dutton, and Camden Horosco. JC, Nolan, and Wyatt sitting over. We got one rider going over the berm. All right, that rider is back up, guys. That was a pretty gentle slide once it got over the top. Coming to the stripe, though, that is going to be JC Wolf, the 420 Nolan Riggs, and Wyatt Freebird Dutton are your podiums. Caden. Whoa. You cross the line. There you go. Safe. All right, Caden back up.
Attention.
We don't have too many people go over there.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
12-year-old novices, moto number 17 coming at us. Zach Laney, Hank Opfer, Jacqueline Harrell, and Blazin' Blake Johnson. We got two riders up front pushing hard. The 187 and the 243. Blazin' Blake and
Okay,
Hank
riders,
Opfer.
random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Trying to the high-low. I don't think it's going to work right now. That's looking like Blazin' Blake with your 1, Hank Opfer with your 2, and the 3 going to Zach Laney. Moto number 18, 13-year-old novices, Antonio Lopez Duarte, Hayden Rock and Roll Franklin, and Connor Arnold. Total points here, Antonio on a pair of aces, Hayden on the 2s, Connor on the 3s.
Okay,
That is how they're sitting coming out of turn number 2.
The gate.
And that is how they are going to cross that finish line. Antonio Lopez Duarte, your overall 1. Hayden Franklin, your overall 2. Connor Arnold, the overall 3. Moto 19, 15-year-old novices, Tyler Malone, Henry Jepson, and Noah Riggs. Riggs and Malone sitting up top. Jepson giving chase in the 3rd.
Attention.
Right now, we have Tyler and Noah tied in points with 3 points each. Henry Jepson sitting on 6. That is going to be Noah, your overall 1. Tyler, your overall 2. And Henry, the overall 3. Moto 20, 3640 novice, Benjamin Knockman, Zach Knowles, and Lars Jepson. We got Knowles sitting up top, Benjamin on the 2, Lars on the 3.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the
Coming
gate.
to the stripe. Going to stick in that same order as Zach Knowles with your 1, Benjamin Knockman with your 2, Lars Jepson with the 3. Moto number 21, 7-year-old intermediate, Seth Gotta Go Fast Daily, Finn Boyer, and Eli Tonga. Sitting up front, we got Eli. Whoa, man, Eli Tonga sitting up front.
Attention.
Seth Daly on the 2.
Okay, riders, random start.
Finn Boyer
Riders
on
ready,
the
watch
3.
gate.
All the way to the stripe, that is going to be Eli Tonga on the 1, Seth Daly the 2, Finn Boyer the 3. Moto number 22, 8-year-old intermediates Avery Franklin, Becca Muellery, Katie the Bug Johnson, and Jackson Smilinix.
Attention.
Smilinix. We got Johnson and
Okay,
Franklin
random
battling up front once again.
Ready?
Johnson on the inside. Franklin did not let up on those pedals through the entire third turn coming to the stripe, but that is going to be Katie, Johnson, Avery Franklin, and Jackson Smilinich in that order. Moto 23, 9-year-old intermediates, Axel the Rizzler Miracle, Donatello Aylen, Hunter
Attention.
Hodges, and Chris Smith.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Whoa, man, cutting down low, making it stick too. That is the 138 Donatello moving up to the 1, Chris Smith on the 2. And Axel the Rizzler Miracle on the 3. Moto number 24, 10-year-old intermediates, Brennan Hale, Adeline Hall, Smiley Kylie Shepard, Dylan Harrell, and Everett Barton.
Attention.
We got Smiley Kylie sitting up top, Dylan Harrell on the 2, Adeline Hall sitting in the 3 as they come around that last turn. And that is looking like how they're going to stack it at the finish line. Shepard, Harrell, Hall. Moto number 25, 11-year-old intermediates, Emma Smilinich, Talon Dobbs, and Nokasi Belcher. Noak sitting on a pair of aces. Talon and Emma tied up points.
Okay, riders, random start.
They got 5 points each.
Ready, watch the gate.
Oh, this is going to be how they cross. So that is going to be Noak Belcher with your overall 1, Emma Smilinich, your overall 2, Talon Dobbs, the overall 3. That was a close race. They were racing good all night. Moto 26, 12-year-old intermediates, Zach Tack Bass, Jacob Farrell, and Benny the Jet Bass. We got Jacob Farrell sitting up top, followed by
Attention.
Ben and Zach.
Okay, riders, random
Not
start.
total points. What you see is what you get.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
And what you get this round is going to be Jake Farrell, Ben Bass, and Zach Bass in that order. Moto number 27, 13-year-old intermediates, Lily Campbell, Dylan Schaffler, Riley Brown, Gwenny Garrow, Maverick Miracle, Derek Wise, and London Johnson. We got Wise and Brown up front.
Attention.
Schaffler sitting on the 3, Miracle on the bubble, trying to get that podium spot.
Ready, watch the gate.
That is going to be Wise, Brown, Schaffler, your podium out of Moto number 27. Moto number 28, 14-year-old intermediates, KJ Smilinich, Ben Fetch, Carson Zagalik, and Bentley Morgan. Smilinich and Morgan sitting up top right now. We got that state 2, Carson
Okay,
Zagalik sitting
random
in
start.
the 3.
Riders ready.
Ooh, that inside, man. You guys got to get inside on that third straight. That is going to be Bentley Morgan with your 1, KJ Smilinich your 2, and Carson Zagalik the 3. Moto 29, 15-year-old intermediates, Carson Hawkins, Mark Schlotzauer, and Madeline Misbehaven Brinker. Schlotzauer and Brinker
Attention.
sitting up front. Hawkins giving good chase.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Coming to the stripe, not total points. That's going to be Mark Schlotzauer with the 1, Madeline Brinker the 2, Carson Hawkins on the 3. Moto half price burgers, guys. We got some half price burgers up in concessions. We are on track. Moto 30, 51, 55. Intermediate Rob Andrew, Brian Jones, Mike Blake, and Jonas Dominguez.
Attention.
You got Brian Jones sitting up top.
Okay, random start.
Got a battle for that 2 spot too. Jonas and Mike pushing each other. Whoa, Jonas inside. Had to pull a little break. It's going to be Brian Jones with the 1, Mike Blake with the 2, Jonas Dominguez with the 3. Moto 31, 41, 50, a women expert. We got Vanessa Mayo sitting on low points. Miss Kitty Weston Nauer sitting on the 2s, and Grandma Mary Wallace sitting on the 3s. Kicking off our expert classes with our 4150
Attention.
women's expert.
Okay, riders.
Looking like
ready?
Vanessa Mayo is going to hold on to that overall one.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Miss Kitty going to have the overall 2. And Grandma Mary going to be your overall 3. 8 experts coming at us fast. Weston, Sheepdog, Shepherd, Eula, Shingleton, and Austin. Baby Cakes, Miller. Not total points. What you see is what you get, and they are all bunched up coming out of turn number 2.
Attention.
The Sheepdog, Shingleton, and Miller in that order.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Coming around that 3rd turn, holding that same order. Weston putting a little gap on them. We'll see what happens at the finish line. That is going to be Weston, Shepherd, Eula, Shingleton, Austin Miller, 1, 2, and 3. Moto number 33, 10-year-old experts, Saucony Hall, Corbin Howard, Sawyer Penny, Braxton Jackman, and Graham Little. We got Little and Penny battling up front again. Corbin Howard on
Attention.
2, Saucony Hall. That is Jackman on the 3. Saucony on the 4. We got some moves being made. Oh, man. Lost that inside. Graham Little staying on to the 1. Jackman with the 2. Penny with the 3. Oh, he might not race tomorrow if he's throwing a fit over there. What's that? Well, it's racing. Moto 34, 11-year-old experts, Xavier Davidson, Big Mac
Attention.
Duval, and E.J. Hawthorne.
Okay, riders.
Not total points. What you see is what you get.
Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Right now, that is Davidson sitting up top. Got a command on that first spot. E.J. Hawthorne on. Oh, my gosh. Overjumped that a little bit. Big Mac on the 3. We got... I don't know what happened. Nope. All right, 12-year-old experts, Hector Laredo Jr., Broen Morgan, Calvin
Attention.
and Brady Barker.
Okay, riders. Random start.
Right now, we got Hector sitting up front, going to get the 1. The 14 bike of Nolting on the 2. And that Rock 1 of Broen Morgan on the 3. Moto 36, 13-year-old experts, Logan Carson, Tyler McMorris, Cody Velasquez, and Maverick Moorfield. Sitting up front, we got Carson, Velasquez, and Moorfield.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Coming to the stripe. Logan Carson with your 1. Velasquez with the 2. And the 89 bike, Tyler McMorris on the 3. Moto 37, Zachary Campbell, Colton Hingle, and Jabril Falcon Belgrave. Colton Hingle sitting on a pair of aces. Zach on the 2s, Jabril on the 3s. That is Hingle up front. Campbell on the 2, Jabril on the 3 as they come around turn number 2.
Ready. Watch the gate.
All the way down that last straight, and that is going to be Colton Hingle holding on, sweeping the 1s. Zachary Campbell, your overall 2. Jabril Belgrave, your overall 3. Moto 38, 16-year-old experts, Seth Swartz, Brody Stafford, Jasper, and Beckett Strike. Kennedy and Strike sitting up front. Brody Stafford on the 3. Swartz on the 4 as they come around turn number 2. All the way down that last straight. That is going to be Kennedy, Strike, and Stafford on the podium. Moto 39, 1720 experts, Jordan Brake, Terrell, Lil G Bullock, McKenna Leptak, Sean Madden, and Amir, Speed Racer Tollefree. We got Amir and Sean sitting up top. Little G
Attention.
coming out of nowhere.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready. Watch the gate.
Yeah. Jarrell can still ride a bike, man. That is Amir with your 1, Sean Madden with your 2, Jarrell Bullock on the 3. And guys, we are at the last moto of the night. Scott Johnson, Zachariah Hinton, and Brian Barton. Oh, man. Zach ain't playing today. Look at that moving inside. Oh, look at that. Hey, you know what's good, Scott? Nobody lived up to their nickname in that round. Sketchy didn't get sketchy. Zachariah Hinton didn't play. And guys, that is a race. Thanks for coming out to our Friday night race. We will see you all tomorrow, 2 to